G'day guys, and welcome back to war number 4 of season 25. Deadpool will not be making an appearance today. He has to take some. He said he had to take some personal leave. I think something to do with what happened in the last video. So we've got an interesting team here today. We've got Omega Red and Red Hulk as normal. We've also got Corvus Glaive. Not the best protect counter in the world, obviously, since he hits very hard. But the main reason we brought him was actually for this fight. It's an Iron Man Infinity War on the Aggression Armor node. So this can be a tricky matchup if you're not prepared. Since if you're not hitting him regularly enough, he builds those passive armor charges, and those count towards his like molecular armor. So once he gets 4 of those, he can just auto block everything. But obviously Corvus has very easy access to armor break. So he can just easily blast through this Iron Man Infinity War. Originally we were going to bring Magneto, but he was stuck in AQ on the can't stop, won't stop path, so we opted for Corvus instead. And that was 2 pretty easy charges off the bat. And next we have a Terrax. Now this is the fight I was a bit skeptical heading in, because we didn't have a really strong Terrax counter, but I think you'll see after this video that Omega's not a bad one. Since he can do so much damage without Terrax getting a bar of power. And you can see he's gaining those passive furies, but he's not going to gain too many before he goes down. And you can see we're just letting the spores do the work. They're doing so much damage. About 3,000 per tick, which is really nice. So yeah, that was a super simple fight, and one I was really impressed with Omega. Next we were going to take this Mixmaster Korg, but I was at uni doing an experiment, so it got cleared for us instead to help other people with their paths. So after section 1, we'd done 43 fights, given up 3 deaths, not the best start, and they'd done 27 for 2, so it was pretty even at this point. In section 2, we have 4 fights, so we had to nail these to really consolidate the lead going further into this war. But it was not the worst start. Now the next fight is really interesting. It's an EMP mod Professor X. Now Corvus is not the best counter for this fight at all. Since he gets buffs right off the bat, and he's not. Even though he's shock immune, he's only immune to shock debuff damage, not EMP mod. He still takes the full damage from EMP mod. But the main reason we took this fight was just to get the 3rd charge for later on. And fortunately Professor X isn't large or XL, so we don't have to worry about protect. And we want to get through this fight without him triggering many special attacks. Here he does throw a special 1, which was unfortunate. And here I thought I'd have a special 2 ready there, but I forgot about Burden of Might, so we lose a bunch of power, and I ended up copping a few hits to the face. We did put a power boost, which definitely helped this fight, but yeah, I forgot about Burden of Might, which was really bad, and almost cost us a death. And it will cost us here in units and potions, since we want to be... I mean, we probably could do this fight at that health, but I did not want to risk it. This is Shittiness Thorn's Warlock, and it's not a hard fight at all. We don't want to give a stupid death to this fight, so we have to heal up to be extra safe. Now the next 2 fights we will be taking with Corvus, and they're both XL, so protect will be a factor. I did do some testing, and I worked out that Corvus would easily be triggering protect on his mediums with 3 charges. And I do a test right here, and yeah, we are reaching protect there. So we're pretty much going to be sticking to lights this whole fight. We get a nice backdraft there. And you see even lights, they're just below the protect threshold, which is nice. The special 2 gets him down most of the way, but it also gives him 2 protect charges, so we have to try and intercept. We get a nice ricochet there. That gets rid of 1. Ricochet, if you don't know, is you hit into their block, and then you dash back and do a light intercept. It's really beneficial to learn that, and Corvus is very good at it. his animations lend itself to ricochets very well. Alright, so we get a nice backdraft there, and another special 2 gets him down. We lose a bit of health, but it's not the end of the world. And because the next fight, it's only a Sentinel. And obviously Sentinel is a much easier defender than Warlock is. It's also a rank 3. I think out of our 7 fights this war, I think at least 5 of them were rank 3s. This was a very stacked alliance we were up against. I think they had a rating of like 72 million. But I think last season they were Platinum 3, which was really weird. But yeah, we had a lot of rank 3s to fight this war. I mean, like a lot of us did. So yeah, we're just going to be sticking to 3 hit combos comprising of light attacks. Unfortunately, we miss a parry there. Very, very, very poor. So we keep on trucking along. Still sticking just with those parry 3 hit combos. And you see 1 special 2 gets him down, finishing on 52k. The reason it didn't trigger protect, I think, was because of our ability accuracy reduction against techs, which he has after he gets the tech charge. Now next we have a Killmonger on strike counter, power, and buffet node. It's actually a pretty decent placement for Killmonger. We've taken this fight with Warlock before, but Omega Red is a much better counter. Just because you can get him down so quickly. And I think we do trigger buffet a few times, but it doesn't really matter. Since we're melting. He's melting so quickly with those 4s, even with only 16. And we're trying to just bait special 2s as much as we can. For that one, I was a bit unsure. I thought I was against the wall, but we clearly weren't, so I just blocked all of that. And this was our last Omega Red fight, so we didn't have to worry about conserving health too much. So yeah, Killmonger goes down really easily. So we're 6 for 6 right now, and at the end of section 2, this was actually, I took the screenshot I think after my final fight, so this is a bit later than section 2. But we're pretty much even on fights, and we'd only given up a few more deaths since our last checkpoint. So yeah, we're really on top right now, and as long as we just nailed these last fights, it was in the bag. So the last fight is another rank 3, of course, and it's a Hulkbuster. So I don't think we've ever fought a Hulkbuster on the Hazard Shift Mini. I might be wrong. But Red Hulk, again, is a great counter. Obviously, we will take some shock damage, but we can mitigate a lot of that with willpower, and also the willpower healing from his armor break from the special 1. So you can see the shocks are ticking us down, but we're healing back most of it. And he's going down really easily, and we're barely losing much health at all. So we're in a really strong position. Opting to go for the special 3 for that really chunky incinerate damage. Fortunately, we get 2 shock debuffs on us, so that is chipping us down a bit more. Nice, we nailed the 20%. And here somehow I mistimed the dex, and we eat an unblockable special 1, and he hits us when we're stunned. I don't know how I did that. Like, it wasn't any different to how I normally dex it. And then we try and throw a special 1 here, which I thought would finish him off. But it had no heat damage. I don't know what that was, whether it was his armor reducing our ability accuracy or something. But we get down to 1%, and willpower is saving our ass right now. If we didn't have willpower and our boost active, we'd be dead. I was freaking out right now. I don't know how that special 1 didn't kill him. And I pushed him over to his special 1 through blocks, so we could get another armor break on us. And he finally goes down. But that was such a scary fight towards the end. We really dug ourselves in a hole. But we got through it. You know, a solo's a solo. And we ended up winning the war pretty comfortably in the end. And BG3 went 50-0 again. So shout out to BG3. Especially shout out to some guy. That man is crazy. He did 11 fights this war, and including a solo over rank 3 Apocalypse with his 5-star guillotine. So I'm gonna link his channel in the description below. Please check him out. He's such a great attacker in war. So lucky to have him. And we got into tier 1. I think we're actually in proper tier 1 now, not like last season where we thought we were in tier 1 but we really weren't. So hopefully we maintain tier 1, and who knows, we might see us in the Masters bracket. But we just want to finish Platinum 1, and tier 1 is the main goal. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.